we are suffering. Because when you don't get your sleep at night, then you get sick and your health is getting worse.
We have sick people enough in this country to produce more.
The industry and the government are working very close together, and they don't care about the neighbors actually.
We thought there was reports also from other countries where the decision and the law we have now was all right.
We suddenly saw it in the local newspaper that they had to put up 2 windmills in this area. The wind turbines, they are deciding where I can stay in my house and if I can stay in my garden, because sometimes the noise is so loud that I can't be anywhere. I've been suffering from this since they put them up in October 2009.
We know that wind turbine noise is something of the most annoying type of noise we have. It's 24 hours for day after day. You can never relax from it.
The worst thing about the noise is that we don't sleep, and then my blood pressure gets a little high, and sometimes I have nose bleeding who can't be stopped because I had to go to the hospital to get it stopped. But that's when I haven't slept for 2-3 nights. And here I have the papers from my doctor who said that I have severe sleep disease and high blood pressure, and it's because of the 2 windmills that we have got in this area.
The regulation is not taking care about the neighbors. It's not protecting the neighbors as in the way it's made now.
Distances, they are clearly too short to avoid serious negative effect illnesses.
When you then actually go out and do a measurement with some equipment inside the house, you can find out that you actually have quite higher levels than what is predicted by the regulations. In the living room of one neighbor, we measure in the order of 25, 26 decibel, where the regulations say maximum 20.
I have asked around my area how long you should go before you can't hear them, and it's about 15 times the height of the windmills.
People who was in the government at this time, they say to me, we thought we took the right decision, because we also said there was reports from other countries that said you don't get sick from wind turbines. But we have just found out in about a year ago that they wasn't good enough.
So you think that minister didn't do enough?
Minister, or maybe you can also say some of the people serving the minister.
I feel hurt by the authorities because they don't listen to us. I have complained to the local authorities and to High Court and to the Supreme Court and to Human Rights. The government I have written to, and I have been there twice. And when we try to tell them that we have these health problems, it just doesn't matter.
There have been complaints since the 70s and 80s from the Turbine neighbors, but none of these complaints are taken seriously.
Working places, it's Siemens and Vestas, the big companies. They are more important than perhaps 50 people who get health problems from the wind turbines.
This is not a moral question, I think, for them. It's a hardcore political issue. We want windmills in Denmark. We want also a windmill industry in Denmark. So the governmental politicians think this also as an industry policy. There's a formula how to calculate noise inside the house for low frequency noise, and we know that this formula has been debated, and we know that some of the factors in this formula has been changed until the result the outcome was acceptable for the windmill industry.
I haven't any examples to say it was the industry themselves who want to do it this way or this way, but we know everyone have organization trying to prepare or to tell us politicals what the best way is to do. Also the wind turbines industry.
That's a question of power. They have the money to produce a lot of reports that tell nothing about the realities, but that concludes that there are no problems.
We hear many things in our everyday lives that can be comparable to the sounds wind turbines can make, like the noise from roads, farm machinery, playgrounds, or even ordinary background noise in residential areas. So yes, you can sometimes hear wind turbines, but that doesn't mean they're noisy. In the meantime, according to the IPCC, the atmosphere and ocean have warmed, the amounts of snow and ice have diminished, sea levels have risen, and concentrations of greenhouse gases have increased. Maybe wind turbines don't make that much noise after all.
They haven't made some investigation yet, and then I'm wrong. I had the whole time to prove that it's me who is right. I don't understand why the wind industry doesn't have to prove that it doesn't make any harm to people.
All this is from the court. All these documents.
I don't know what I should do to prove that I'm right in this situation.
I think it's necessary that next time we get some information, we can be sure that it is the right information. We can't put more wind turbines on the field if we are not sure that our people in our country don't get sick. And I'm afraid that you don't find enough money to make a good report.
As far as we have heard, that it would be so that the stress, which is a very common case in what we see, will not be investigated. So we are not sure about whether this investigation actually will tell the truth. If this situation should be solved, the regulation must be changed. You can put windmills elsewhere, you can make the distances greater, you can put windmills to the sea instead, offshore. So people has to be protected.
Local small turbines which are optimized so they don't produce that much noise, that can be a future for the wind turbine. This goes the bad way if we do not change direction. The sooner the better.
I want to get rid of the windmills and then I can stay here. But if they don't tear down the windmills, then I have to move because my health is getting worse.